Good morning, it's Penyol the Black Pen. So this is a follow-up video from yesterday's video about Utemba Sunny Boy Sekowe, who is DJ Maphorisa, who was arrested after allegedly assaulting. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Anyways, who was arrested for allegedly assaulting his girlfriend Thuli Phongolo. He was arrested on Sunday, I think the 7th of May, and he appeared in court on Monday, the 8th of May. He was released on 4,000 Rand bail, and I made a video about that, and I gave some of my thoughts, and I gave some advice, especially to men, around when you get angry and what you should do so that you don't become, I guess, a victim of your own anger. And also just a word to women, of course, that please don't provoke men, don't hit men, etc. One of the stories that has come out that followed on is Thuli Phongolo has submitted a withdrawal application. What that means is she's now trying to withdraw the charges. Which bittersweet, because now it's like, was the story really real? The waste of resources and time and energy by the police and the courts, etc. And it almost becomes like some type of a fail for women that are abused. So you guys are going to open cases and then after withdraw like the next day. So that becomes an issue, I think, for a lot of people. But she's submitted. Spoke to a friend of mine who is a legal mind, and they were saying, look, when it comes to GBV cases, they no longer just allow a victim to withdraw the charges. You have to apply, and the courts decide if they will let the charges be dropped or not. I think there's the NPA, the National Prosecuting Authority, is going to get involved to actually investigate if it's legitimate that the charges should be withdrawn, or if there's going to be an investigation to actually find out what DJ Maphorisa did. So we're going to wait to hear about that. There's another recent story of a court, I think Botshabelo, in the Free State, where a 40-year-old woman was arrested, 30 months arrested for false rape allegations against a 32-year-old guy there. It was found out that she lied in court, she perjured herself. She confessed, or pled rather. She pled guilty to the perjury charge, so she's getting 30 months in prison for lying and for falsely accusing someone. Some people, I posted this I think on social media, some people say, but she should get the same charge as the guy would have gotten if he was found guilty of rape. With the Thuli Phongolo story, it just reminds me of the story of Jub Amanda Dupont, where Amanda Dupont was relaying how she went to the police station to go and open a case of rape. And the police, they were saying, look, we'll open a case, but please go home and think about it. And if you still want to open a case tomorrow, then come back. Of which she never went back. And I said when I made a video about this years ago, that the reality is a lot of couples, when they fight, they go and they open cases, and then the next day they go and they drop the charges, and the police sometimes get frustrated going back and forth, going to arrest people and then having to release them because someone has dropped the charges. That's the one part of it. The other part of it is the conviction rate, I think, for rape victims in this country is very low. It's because, number one, rape is so difficult to prove. But number two, because a lot of people don't follow the processes the way they're supposed to. And in a situation now with Thuli Phongolo, where she's dropping the charges or she's requesting to withdraw the charges, what happens if something like this happens again? I know some people on Twitter were saying things like, why are people believing Thuli Phongolo, but they didn't believe Old Lady Zamar when they were opening charges of rape against like a Sjava? Why do we pick and choose? Is it pretty privilege? Is it something else? It's messy, and for me, it just reminds me of the strained relationships that men and women have in this country. It reminds me of the strained relationships that even on social media, you'll find with the feminists, it's always, I believe her. And this was a conversation I had yesterday, that I understand where the concept of I believe her came from. It was from a situation where a lot of women are like, I'm scared to open a case and to speak out because people won't believe me. But then other people abuse that. And it's like you believe someone without the merits of the case. And then cancel culture kicks in, where even before you're found guilty, just with an accusation, everyone believes that you did it. Brands cancel you, you lose gigs, etc. Now, was she crying wolf? We don't know. Was she abused and threatened? Was she threatened maybe not by Maphorisa himself, but by maybe other people around him, and she was like, look, hey, maybe let me drop the charges. Did she act out of the heat of the moment? I posted a tweet where I was saying, in domestic matters, people are supposed to start with family and friends and get mediators, wise mediators, failing which find intelligent community leaders social workers to mediate and see if you guys can find a way forward before you go to the police. If you have failed with the family, with the friends, with other mediators, then you can go to the police and open a case, because there's a process from there. And the process becomes hectic and people get arrested and their lives get affected in a serious way. So anyways, this is just a follow-up from that. DJ Maphorisa was released on 4,000 rand bail. Thuli Phongolo has submitted a withdrawal application for the case, but the NPA is getting involved to investigate and see how that goes. Again, I beg and I plead with all men and women, guys, try and control your emotional state, especially when you're angry. Walk away, run away. My sister, if this guy is pissing you off, if you just read his phone, which you shouldn't be doing, and you found out he was cheating, etc., get away, go get some air, go home, sleep it off somewhere. Don't react emotionally, because these things lead to a lot of violence. 50% of all women who are killed in South Africa are killed by their intimate romantic partners, which means love, which I've said before, is a mental illness, and it drives people insane. Thuli Phongolo for a long time denied that she was in a relationship with DJ Maphorisa, and it comes out now that they are in a domestic violence case. Anyways, we'll see how this matter goes. I think it's been pushed on to June at some point. Hope you guys all have a great and blessed day, and I'll catch up with you soon. I love you. I believe in you. Penuel the Black Pen.